Today we continue on the secret page levels in Bruno Mode EX+. Secret levels in this modded version of the game that all have their own unique gimmicks and are all very difficult. The first level is Sunflower Commander, in which we already previously saw a level banning Sunflower, and this time around the reason why it's banned is because our only Sunflower will keep following our mouse cursor for the entire level. This Sunflower will keep producing sun rapidly, so our summer situation is pretty much sorted. Our task is to keep the Sunflower safe from incoming zombies, and still beat the level of course. With such fast sun production throughout the entire level, it's no wonder that this level has 4 flags. To survive this long, of course, we're going to go with the most powerful plants. However, this Sunflower isn't our only source of sun production, because we have the natural falling sun that we still need to collect. We have to weave our cursor through the zombies and make sure that the Sunflower stays safe when collecting sun. Doing this isn't exactly hard right now, but in later waves, it will get extremely difficult because of certain zombies in this level, if you remember what they were, but you'll see. Meanwhile, I've been rambling. I've been setting up the basic structure of our defense. Obviously, cattails are our choice of early game, and Planturn as support to boost our damage. Getting melon pulls in every lane is pretty easy at this point, as we don't have many zombies with high hit points just yet, so we don't need to start getting any stalling or slowing plants yet. However, with the arrival of the first flag, we see Zombonis as well as taunted zombies, which all have a tremendous amount of hit points. Luckily, just our cattails can add enough damage to kill them. Snorkel zombies can be easily dealt with using melon pulls, but we don't have a full column of them yet, so I just use my Sunflower to reveal those snorkel zombies momentarily for now. We can also handle bigger zombies with blowers if our cattails are busy hitting something else. It's not a permanent solution, but it does help save our melon pulls from getting eaten. With another digger zombie, let me try and grab another blower here. Remember what I said about certain zombies in this level? Yeah, Zombonis in this level are an intentional design choice to make moving our Sunflower around as tricky as possible. We also have to be careful of the freezing effect of the Zomboni. Getting our Sunflower frozen is equally bad. On top of that, we have to look out for this zombie. Yeah, also Conehead Jalapeno screen door zombies in this level, which are absolutely obnoxious. We don't have any cheap way to deal with them, because obviously we can't use Squash or Potato Mine on top of them when we need to protect our Sunflower from getting eaten. The only real solution is Doomshroom, but that isn't exactly affordable because our very limited sun production this level doesn't give us 225 sun every wave to help cover the costs. I'm pushing the limits to conserve sun by using my Sunflower to make pole vaulters jump and meanwhile still having to dodge random zombies spawned by bungee ambushes. Very quickly, my over-reliance on Doomshroom has come back to bite me because I'm completely out of sun to buy anything now. I keep trying to use my Sunflower to keep making more pole vaulters jump, but it's just not a very safe strategy as random zombies will keep getting off random nibbles from time to time. I just moved it towards a snorkel zombie, and it died literally instantly. Well, and that's the level over, because yes, just losing the Sunflower is a losing condition. One of the ways to get more sun in the early game is to not use the garden rake, so the first wave lasts longer. Then we plant our first cattail later than usual for maximum delay. Last run, I planted my planter and cattail immediately on the first wave, which was really bad for our economy as it killed the first few waves way too fast and caused our downfall. Even then, I actually ended up making less sun than my last run at the start of the first flag, even with a better first few waves. That's because I killed the other waves too fast. Oops. Well, the good news is this time around I brought in Jalapeno, which is 100% less than using Doomshroom, and it clears out just the individual Jalapeno zombie that we need to kill. Obviously, Doomshroom is still very useful when Zombonis are stacked in multiple lanes, and it's still the only other instant kill we can really use in this level due to our Sunflower. So everything went really well up until the second flag. We didn't even need to upgrade any melon pulls to winter melons at this point as we're only really struggling against Zombonis. I mean, the problem really shows itself past the second flag. Taunted zombies have way too much health for us to handle, and we can't really kill them without planting more instant kills. This is just absolutely disastrous after a short while, and piles of zombies overwhelm us completely. Just one column of melon pole is not going to cut it for us this level. So first, I have to stop killing everything so fast in the early game. Instead of planting a full column of melon poles early, I'm just planting the 2 melon poles to set up for winter melons. Focusing on upgrading to winter melons early allows us to still defend off the zombies early while killing the zombies slower. This is crucial for us to get as much defense as possible. I'm now also utilizing Ice Shrimp instead of Jalapeno, as it's a more effective way to stop Jalapeno zombies while allowing us to simultaneously help out every other lane. These optimizations work out extremely well for us, as we get enough to still plant the full column of melon pots while also having winter melons already set up before the second flag. With winter melons as well as ice shrimp to further slow down the zombies, we don't even need to spend doom shrooms on jalapeno zombies, and we enter the second flag with 700 sun in reserve. Having invested in winter melons early on, we also get to save on our doom shrooms, thanks to them clumping up waves together for us to extract more value off every doom shroom. With more than 1000 sun to spare, it's now reasonable for me to start investing into even more melon pots to secure our defenses against zombies, and things are finally looking good here. I invested into the sides first, as splash damage disproportionately adds more damage in the middle rows, and just like that, we speed by the third flag light. It's not even a big deal to us. And honestly, we don't even really need more melon pots than this. All we really need to do past this point is to just keep using more instant plants when we have so much sun to spare. I might have accidentally lost one melon pot on the top lane before the final wave, but this is all good now, since we have another doom shroom ready to clean up everything, and that's it. Well, the next level is We Smash. I think the level is pretty self-explanatory on its own, and we didn't even get to choose what plants to use, so the game forced us to play dumb strategy the level. I mean, obviously, we should get extra preparation time, right? Nope, no extra preparation time for the level where every zombie is a Gargantuar. And what's the first zombie in the level?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the?
Not even a chance. Giga-Gargantuar as the first zombie of the level without any additional preparation time. This level is about to be so brutal. And nope, it's not even just the first wave. Every wave contains a Giga-Gargantuar. Dear God. One of the easiest ways to get by in the early game is to spam all sunflowers into the first lane, since Gargantuars cannot spawn in the first lane outside of survival game modes. Since we have Marigold, which slashes zombies in a 3x3 area down to 25% of their original HP, just using Marigold plus any other instant kill can kill Giga-Gargantuar, like we did in 7-9. We will then use Snow Peas to slow down the Giga-Gargantuars, making sure to clump up the two waves of Giga-Gargantuars together so we can wait until Marigold is back again to use it. This is pretty much the story for the first 6 waves of the level, where it's all Giga-Gargantuars, when it's still pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, since I did install the first Giga-Gargantuar, I ended up not having enough Marigolds and had to sacrifice a lot more to keep my economy strong. Starting from the 7th wave though, the level ramping begins and we start having to deal with normal Gargantuars as well as alongside the Giga-Gargantuars we already have to deal with. This point is where Doomshroom really becomes a necessity, and now, it's really dumb strategy the level, as we need to keep spamming our instant kills to kill off all the Gargantuars. After the first flag, the level itself is pretty monotonous, as the only difference there really is just more Gargantuars. Not like it matters much, as most of your damage will be coming from Doomshrooms. Which is why it's a good time to ask you guys to subscribe if you've been watching up until this point, because I know 75% of the people watching this are not subscribed. I have 164,000 returning viewers and only 54,000 subscribers, so it seems weird that even 69% of my regular viewers are not subscribed. I know you're watching, so press subscribe. Please. Back onto the gameplay. At this point of the level, pretty much every wave sends at least one Giga-Gargantuar in every lane, so whatever snow piece I place doesn't really do much. The extra column of snow peas are there for the imps that the Gargantuars throw, because they get quite plentiful, and I almost get overwhelmed by the imps towards the final wave here. Thankfully, Doomshroom came in clutch and saved us from losing the level just before it was about to end. We're able to get just one more Marigold at the final wave, and we still have Squash and Potato Mine to deal with the remaining damage we're missing in the one lane we couldn't affect with the Marigold. After an extremely long 4 flags, we were able to just barely beat We Smash on our second attempt. The next level is Big Zombie Little Trouble, not Little Zombie Big Trouble, as we can clearly see from the seat selection screen. The last level was one full of gigantic zombies, but this one level wins for the size contest. Only size matters when we're deciding which zombie is larger, not the damage they do. So, what really do the big zombies do? Well, every zombie has 5 times more health now, and also walk much faster before encountering their first plant. As a result of this, Conehead zombies don't even die to a rake anymore, and we actually need to spend 2 instant kills to kill them. On the other hand, the Little Trouble part of the name refers to the spawn rate being cut in half. This is good for tall nuts, as we only need half the tall nuts compared to usual to stall for time. The early game is fairly easy to get by with just instant kills, and we can start building up melon pots early. Winter melons are ideal in this level as there are screen door zombies. We certainly don't want to use straight projectiles against a screen door with the hit points of a Giga-Gargantuar. However, I would only understand how dangerous letterheads are in this level when we can't slow them down by using a puff shroom when they first appear in the first flag. Letterheads are now literally walking faster than chocolate pogo zombies. I was extremely unprepared for them, so I'll have to be extremely careful when they do show up again. And hopefully you are able to see just how tough the zombies are in this level. With 5 times more health, each Jack-in-the-Box zombie is now as strong as a football zombie in vanilla. It's extremely difficult to stop Jack-in-the-Box zombies in time before they explode, unless we straight up spend an instant kill which deal just enough damage to kill them. Past the second flag, it's pretty much no longer possible to keep up with the Jack-in-the-Box zombies with our instant kills, so we're going to rely a lot on blowover pushback to stall. The gramophone zombie is a better target for our instant kills at this point, as they also heal zombies up 5 times more than usual for whatever reason, so we ain't killing them with just melons. This setup with just one column of melon pulse with planturn and sufficient stalling is enough to get us all the way to the final wave of the level. That is, if you don't get too many letterheads. All in all, I think I completely lucked out this level on how little letterheads showed up throughout the entire level, but I guess sometimes RNG just blesses me with good luck too. The next level is Frequency Change, which takes place in fog. Now, typically speaking, I wouldn't suggest using melons at night, but just take a look at what we have to deal with. Ladder and Snorkel zombies are both weak against melon pulse. Then we have balloons, Gatling Pea zombies, and dolphins. Seems pretty perfect for tall nuts and cattails to tag along. So what does the name of the level actually mean? Well, you can see from what's about to happen. The gimmick of the level is that half the time, our plants would be invisible. The other half of the time, the zombies will become invisible. Kind of like Invisible, but also affects our plants. The level also restricts when we can plant plants. We can only plant when our plants become invisible, so we can't plant half the time, making us plant fast cooldown plants much slower. This frequency change happens once every 5 seconds. It means we're limited to planting a sun shroom every 10 seconds since we can't plant 2 sun shrooms within a 5-second window, and instead always have to wait for the next frequency change. This little bit of gameplay change significantly slows down our early game economy buildup, and I can't even afford a cattail to defend ourselves before losing miserably to football zombies. I tried a game with the same strategy to try and make a difference, but I can assure you that it wasn't just bad luck that made us lose that last game to a Gargantuar from a bungee ambush. We're simply too broke to afford anything because of how much slower our sun production is. With this being said at nighttime as well, our economy is just as bad as it could get. Usually, imitated sun producers are irrelevant because by the time we can sustain buying 2 sun producers when they recharge, our economy is already strong enough to not need many more. Now, this is the one time where imitating a sun producer is actually good, since imitating sunshroom essentially lets us plant sunshrooms at the same rate as in normal levels. Now, we can actually start planting real attacking plants like cattails to try and defend off this horrible amount of high health zombies in the early game like footballs and pumpkin zombies. Though I will say, our economy is still pretty crap compared to usual, because using a slot for an extra sun producer is one less instant kill that we can easily clear out these high health enemies. We also lose out on being able to run imitated Doomshroom, so we struggle quite a lot against larger waves of zombies. Just the first flag, and I pretty much can't defend it anymore already. I'm also not sure why, but I decided to bring Melon Pole instead of Ice Shroom in my next attempt. Yes, in my last attempt, I didn't even bring anything for Lily-Pad Snorkel zombies, but bringing melons into a level where our economy is so bad is a bold choice by me for certain. Now, obviously, the early game strategy remains the same, and we can easily make it to the first flight again after doing some extra optimizations, such as saving on a planturn instead this time. All I can really afford to do is to keep planting more defense in the time being because we will die completely if we don't, thanks to the Gatling Pea zombies in this level. The Starfruits aren't doing that much either, because most of the damage is just coming from cattails focusing down on the fastest zombies and Doomshrooms dealing with the rest. With Melon Pulp being completely useless and most of our sun production being reduced to nothing, it's a good time to admit defeat and come up with a better solution. After some thinking, I got a new strategy. Instead of using Imitator Sunshroom, I use Sunflower instead so I can free up Imitator to imitate Doomshroom instead as our main damage this level. Sunflower is obviously a tad bit worse, but it serves the same purpose, to have more sun producers quickly. I still have Tonda because obviously, gotta deal with the Gatling Pea zombies. I also cut out Planturn from the loadout and instead am using Cattail without support. This is mainly to open up a slot for us to bring in both Tango Kelp and Ice Shroom. Cattail is still necessary to deal with letterheads and ladder zombies, but Ice Shroom is even more important for stalling, while we can use Tango Kelp to deal with lily pad snorkel zombies. After setting up a full tall nut wall to blockade the Gatling Pea zombies and also use them to deal with Digger zombies, our defense is pretty secure, and it's just time to use Doom Shrooms. It's not complicated after this point because all we have to do is to just keep repairing our tall nuts when they get eaten, and keep planting Tango Kelp when all 3 of its pools are used. And heck, it's so easy after this, I'm starting to get a whole second column of tall nuts just for fun. And also more cattails because why not? We already have so much sun to work with now. Nothing more satisfying than just utter destruction. Truly one of the strategies of all time. Just nuke everything out of existence by amassing an army of sun producers to help sustain the process. Now, for why I'm suddenly showing you Vasebreaker today, it's not any normal Vasebreaker level, because this is Vasebreaker Randomizer in Brutamode X Plus. Well, obviously, you can beat the level once you get lucky and get not too many threatening zombies while playing, but I was certainly not lucky enough. Now, instead of just normal plants and zombies, we also have evil plants in Vasebreaker Randomizer, so if you're interested in what they do, you can keep a keen eye on them. Meanwhile, I will explain the best I can what is going on. This is Gatling Pea's evolution, which is actually called the Sniper Pea. If you played BTD6, you should know what snipers do. The Sniper Pea has infinite range, meaning it can target any zombie anywhere on the screen at once. It attacks very slow while doing massive damage to the strongest zombie, because it has strong targeting priority. Well, the evolved walnut. Yep, a bowling walnut. Nothing more than that, but that Zomboni already froze our Sniper Pea before I reacted fast enough with my evil walnut, and this situation looks unwinnable again. I try my best to crack open as many vases as possible to find a solution to my problem of this dancing zombie. RNGesus is not on our side this time around. My next attempt is less bad in terms of luck. Got an extremely early Gargantuar spawn from one of the vases, but I was extremely lucky and got 2 instant kills to kill it before it became trouble. I then got a Cop Cannon, and that's definitely going to be good enough to finish off this entire level now, but waiting for cop shots, it's pretty much unnecessary now, so there we have it. For this next level, the name of this minigame in Chinese originates from a meme on Bilibili, so I couldn't really translate it properly, so let's just call it Sandwiched. Now this time around, the zombies in this level have a common feature of having a lot of health, specifically walnut zombies, tall nut zombies, and also football zombies. So, I brought in Melon Pulse as they do the most damage, but what happens next was totally unexpected. Remember what I said about Sandwiched? Well, I suppose we understand what that means now. Just because the zombies are on both sides, doesn't mean that there's less from the right. The spawn rate remains the same while we have to deal with all the extra zombies from the left. There was a moment I considered using Split Pea, but then I remembered screen door zombies are in this level. Your screen door reflects all Ps, making it impossible to use Split Pea even in the level where there are guaranteed backwards facing zombies. Ugh, well, guess we have to use this again. Using the dumb strategy is the most straightforward way to get around the backwards facing zombies. We just need 3 extra garlics in the back, and we don't need to worry anymore. Of course, our main source of damage this level will be coming from just Doom Shrooms. Doom Shroom does not care about the extra zombies facing backwards, so it's perfect here. We also have both Ice Shroom and Blow for the Stall, specifically useful against football zombies. Then we also have Potato Mine, Cherry Bomb, and Jalapeno as extra damage if we panic. This works extremely well for the time being, as the Bungee zombies haven't been too much of a nuisance yet. Yet is the keyword here, because oh boy, the last section of the level is absolutely stupid. Past the second flag is where things start to get crazy. We start to see the increase in density as the entire lawn is covered in zombies, leaving little or no space at all to plant Doom Shroom. Because there's so many zombies, all our garlics in the front are dying all at once, and its slow recharge is not really helping us out here either, so we lose a bunch of sunflowers from just that. The increase in amount of Jack-in-the-Box zombies is also hurting us a ton because the more they are, the more likely they start exploding early and killing off even more of our economy. Then we also have, a very pretty amount of Bungee zombies. We're dealing with double the Bungee zombies compared to normal thanks to both sides spawning them in. It's pretty much impossible to get sunflowers faster than they are getting stolen by the number of Bungee zombies. And inevitably, when you have to deal with like 5 Bungee zombies a wave and not bring Umbrella Leaf, you're not going to have anything remaining. Nothing is spared in this disaster. It gets so insane that Bungee zombies start stealing literally nothing because the game is spawning more Bungee zombies than plants it can target, which, not good for us. I revised my strategy a bit to deal with that monstrosity of what is past the second flag by adding pumpkin to our loadout and taking out ice shroom. Using umbrella leaf is unreasonable because we'll have to lose 9 out of 21 sunflowers we have right now to protect everything from bungees. That's way too much sun production to lose out. Pumpkins will hopefully serve as an extra instant kill that can help deal with the massive amounts of zombies this level. Not only that, we also use pumpkin as our way to get more sun producers in this level. We'll need a lot more sun than we had last run with how many bungee zombies stealing our plants. Also, the amount of stalling they provide is very beneficial to build up our sun early on as well, as we have a ton of sun at the first flag, which is exactly what we need before our economy dies. An additional unexpected benefit of pumpkin is also us being able to group up zombies together for more efficient potato mines, as the zombies in this level all have different speeds. Eventually, we won't be able to keep up with the number of zombies to keep planting more pumpkins, but that's fine as they've already done their job and gave us a lot of extra sun. As the second flag comes, as expected, the screen once again gets carpeted by all the zombies, but this time around, I made sure all my garlics stay nice and healthy so we won't lose our sunflowers. Of course, losing some of them is still somewhat inevitable because of how many bungee zombies get sent in to steal our plants, but that's why we need a reserve of 2000 sun. This reserve of sun is perfect for us to keep spamming more blowovers to keep pushing everything back so we can keep using Doomshroom to clear these massive hordes of zombies. However, it looks like that this sun isn't even necessary as us playing better has let us reach the final wave with a much more intact defense. Way to go, Pumpkin! Such a powerful supporting plan for the dumb strategy thanks to its on-death explosion. So the next level has probably the weirdest premise out of every level in Brutal Mode EX+. It's called Troll's Troll, and I didn't even fully understand the premise until someone explained it to me. Basically, there's a counter on the top right corner, showing the number of troll squashes out of 15. The objective this level is to troll the squash 15 times before the level ends. Yeah, I don't understand either what inspired the mod creator to make a level with an objective being having to troll the squash. What even is trolling the squash? Basically, a troll squash is when a squash jumps but hits no zombies. I first tried using the dumb strat so I can use garlic to divert zombies away from squash to make it miss. Sounds easy enough, right? Just plant a squash when a zombie is switching lanes. A consideration I failed to make was that this level has pole vaulters. Pole vaulters just jump over the garlics we place in the 9th column instantly, and 100 sun goes down the drain instantly. I cannot rely on using garlic at all when masses of pole vaulters past the first flag can easily invalidate practically every garlic we've placed down and stop us from doing a troll squash. Right now, I still only have 2 troll squashes, so at this rate we're only going to have 8 troll squashes by the end of the 4 flags, which is not enough for us to beat this level. All the meanwhile, balloon zombies continue to flood into our defenses. Alongside pole vaulters that invalidate our garlics, balloon zombies can also easily infiltrate and eat up our sunflowers. We're struggling to even just survive right now, and we still have our main quest to troll the squash 15 times in total, so it doesn't seem like this is the correct strategy for this level. I tried the same loadout with adjusted placements to ensure that it wasn't just a fluke that I was making that caused us to lose. This time, I placed my garlics on the 8th column. That way, when a pole vaulter comes, I can simply plant a flower pot on the 9th column to make it use its jump to avoid losing our garlic. This was definitely an improvement from last time as our sunflowers actually survived, so we could at least first survive the zombie waves before worrying about trolling the squash. But how much I would forget that as being part of the level objective is shocking. I literally could not remember to plant troll squashes because my head was so focused on trying to survive. Very quickly, the second flag was already approaching. I had a whole lot of sun in the bank, but not a whole lot of troll squashes yet. At this pace, we're going to lose this level for certain. Not only that, I start choking on my strategy of having to stop pole vaulters from jumping because I had to deal with a Gargantuar at the same time as well, leading to our downfall. By the time that I had cleared up that situation with a Doomshroom, garlics were all dead already and it was basically impossible for us to get them back up again at this point of the level. Though I was able to pull off a lot of troll squashes right here as I was utilizing my Doomshroom to blow up all the zombies right before a squash was about to jump, bringing us to 7 out of 15. However, what would not be good for us at this point was that our economy would proceed to get completely destroyed by the number of pole vaulters on the 3rd flag. With only 6 measly sunflowers left against several Gargantuars, this run is certainly dead as I cannot defend against many more zombies from here. I tried to make Cop Cannon work, once and for all. In the 4th flag level where theoretically speaking, Cop Cannon should excel in as it helps us save sun in the long run. Unfortunately, this is just something I did not manage to make work, as Doomshroom is too important in the early game as an efficient way to defend off everything all at once. Without the efficiency of Doomshroom early game, we can't get nearly enough sun to start setting up Cop Cannons to kill everything off. This is the point I decided to stop using garlic, as the benefit of using it to help us do a troll squash is simply not enough to justify using it in a level pestered with pole vaulters. Instead, we go back to using the tall nut variation. First of which, we don't need insane micromanagement to keep garlics alive, second of which, we can defend easier early on. No more mass blover spam in the early game. Just using tall nuts as our way to defend off all the weak zombies is the ideal way to conserve sun to use for trolling the squash 15 times. Using tall nuts also make a lot of sense when we have to deal with balloon zombies this level, as we don't want balloon zombies to pop when they're flying over sunflowers. As for how to get our 15 troll squashes, all we actually need to do is to utilize our Doomshroom. When a Doomshroom is detonating, we plant our squash, and we can troll it. Once again, our strategy this level is to spam blowers to stall out Gargantuar so they can't reach our tall nuts until we have used enough Doomshrooms to kill them. But a problem that I might have here is I started doing the troll squashes a bit too late, and I might not be able to get enough before the end of the level as I'm only a third of the way there. Not only that, after the third flag is going to be a lot more Gargantuars than we already had to deal with, and we're already struggling to keep up with the amount of Gargantuars right now. With Gargantuars now pestering every lane at once, no matter how much sun I have, it's impossible to stall 4 lanes at once with Blover as we are restricted to its cooldown. Once we get an unlucky Bunchy ambush, we're basically dead now as we have practically no more economy to work with, and we still need to throw 5 more squashes. I can try and survive for the next few waves with what I have left, but it's just simply not enough time to get in all my troll squashes either, so this run is fully dead at this point. In my next attempt, I made sure to have all my tall nuts already fully set up by the first flag to start doing my troll squashes as soon as possible to complete the level objective. Another thing I did was also take out Gravebuster to use Potato Mine instead, since we need just a bit more damage when our squash is out of commission to use this level. Our progress is very strong this time around, getting up to 7 out of 15 troll squashes already only halfway through the section between the first and second flag with our better play. Another nice thing I remember to do this time is to use blowers at the start of each wave to make sure we pop the balloon zombies early before they can infiltrate and eat our sunflowers. All in all, these optimizations help us build up a tremendous amount of reserve sun, and we're already pretty close to finishing off the level objective to get 15 troll squashes before the third flag. After trolling a few more squashes, we have finally reached the end of this level. By using our 15th troll squash activated by a cherry bomb, we were able to beat Troll's Troll. That's all for today's levels of Brutal Mode EX Plus's secret page with a whooping 7 levels today. Next time, we will be completing most of the remaining levels on the secret page. Remember to subscribe to stay tuned, and thank you to our channel members for supporting the RCCH channel. For now, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.